Can you guys see? Can you guys see what's going on right here? Can you guys even tell what has just taken place? Can you see him, buddy? Ironically, look at how badass that is. Breathing a little hard. Should see the ice that's frozen onto them and how they were frozen into the water. It was really awesome. Michael, these are beaver, buddy. Let me try to show you a better view. Watch this. I'll try to show you guys a better view of them. Look at that. I thought that since we've got what we've gotten from here, if there are any more alive, which I hope there are, maybe we will be able to just leave them and let them survive until next year. That's what I thought, buddy. Look at them. They're massive, Michael. They are the biggest rodent in North America, Europe, and all of the world other than the capybara. Capybara are the only rodent on Earth that is bigger. We're gonna eat them, John, obviously. I agree, Michael. Gorgeous animals. Gorgeous. They're beautiful. I wish you could see them dry because they're soaking wet and there's some frozen stuff in it. So, you know, they're not as aesthetically pleasing as they could be presently. But it's about as beautiful and as good as it gets. See if I can get these taken care of in front of you guys. Nagged myself. Got one out. Just wanted you guys to see them. Mallory, it's a beaver. Really close. Hedgehog, that's funny. It's a beaver. Michael, they're fantastic. And I guess out in... Thanks, Dark. Thanks. I guess out in the UK, I was actually watching a documentary on beaver. And there were some things I felt were propaganda that I didn't agree with. But I learned a lot. And I think for the most part, it's pretty much illegal in Europe to harvest beaver in a lot of places. I don't know exactly all of Europe, but it seems like Germany, the UK, I don't know where else, and I don't know if that's for a fact, but it seemed like they're trying to have them restored, and thus there's basically no hunting or trapping for beaver allowed. Not sure though, but the meat is incredible. The meat is incredible. Beyond explanation for people that just don't know. You have to try it for yourself. Oops. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. Come on, get that in there. Stay in there. Get my catch pole out of the way. What's going on? Extra wire laying about. There we go. What's this 110 doing? I'm not trying to catch the trap with another one. All right, all right. What am I doing? Never handled one of these before, man. Whoa. Kind of embarrassing, huh? Come on. What are you doing? There we go. Some frozen beaver. That is cool. Garrett, hard to believe that my conibear got the bigger one. It looks like it's ever so slightly bigger. Oh, that's really cool. Their tail got a really prominent heart-shaped dip in them. Both of them, that's really cool. Look at that. But really prominent on this one. There they are, guys. There's the beaver of the day. Yep, I thought that they were protected up in the UK. That's kind of what I got from that documentary, is pretty much most of that area, they're protected. It's a lot like beef roast. Michael, it's so much more soft than you can imagine. It is just incredibly soft. Their long hairs are way softer than you'd think. Man, oh wow. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Clement? They are basically exactly about as waterproof as it gets. About as waterproof, warm, soft. Let me show them off, Mason. Let me show them off real quick if I can maybe grab both of them. Come on, big guys. Let's go. Show you off how beautiful you are. Look at that. Look at that. Gorgeous. Right? Wow. Exactly. 12 to 23,000 hairs per cubic centimeter. One of the stats I read was 22 to 25,000. So it generalized it at 24,000 hairs per square centimeter. Insane. Mason, I would love to eat the tail. We've been a mixture of contemplating eating them, but we're for sure tanning. We're trying to tan the tails. We're trying to make sure we're saving them, but we're gonna try and tan them and maybe make things out of them. Look at that. See that heart shape? Look at how prominent that one is. Wow. It's interesting. It looks like that beaver is bigger. Not exactly sure. I mean, at the angle is just kind of throwing it off. But this one's tail is shorter and wider. That one is not as wide and longer. Pretty cool. Jeez, look at that foot. Look at that. Look at how big its foot is. Let's see. I'll try to give you another view. Look at that. There. It's funny. Look at how big that ice is. There's some major ice frozen on these guys, but once they thaw out, you'll be surprised. So soft. That's beaver for you guys. We got really lucky. Dude, thanks, Mason. Angels, because it's important for the environment. For the other animals, it's important for your own psyche, your body. There's plenty of reasons. Dude, thanks, Clement. That's exactly. How much do they weigh together? Man, I don't know what these ones specifically will weigh. Roughly 30 to 35 pounds-ish, maybe, each. Thanks, Peace. Follow Peace. Him and I are out pretty much every day trying to do this stuff. We've been getting a bunch of beaver this winter. We got lucky. Wow, that's a good idea. That's a great perception and understanding, Clement. Obvious. That makes sense. That makes sense. Man, we've gotten some big beaver this year. We've gotten so many beaver like this. We've just been lucky. Blessed. Truly blessed. It's insane. Yeah, angels, we eat them. We preserve and keep their hide. So we will keep their hide and we'll make, hats, gloves, blankets. It's extremely soft, super warm. The meat is incredible. So with these two beavers, we can get plenty of meals out of each one of those individual beavers. Thank you guys so much. It's so freaking cool. Oh, that's way awesome, Cohen. That's what my buddy and I need to be using to dispatch animals when they're in our live traps. That's way cool. I haven't used a pellet pistol since I was in high school at shooting sports. How accurate is it, Cohen? So yeah, guys, I'll show them off a little bit more so you can hopefully get a good view of these beaver. I'm going to put the camera right here so that I can stand out here and show them off a little bit. Kind of hard to see. They're frozen. It's already starting to dry down there, right in that middle section right there. So soft. Pretty ears. Look at his mouth. Look at those teeth. Look at those chompers. Its tail. That's a big old rodent for you. A water, semi-aquatic, mostly aquatic rodent. I mean, it's crazy to call them semi-aquatic because they're basically an aquatic animal that comes out on land a little bit. It's so cold out right now that they're not thawing, they're just freezing right up. Right, Michael? I'll show them off a little bit more. Their teeth are crazy. I mean, and if you could see what they can do to trees, it's just incredible. See how they slide? I'll try to be able to see if I can show you guys right. You can see how they slide over one another. It makes me think of a mixture of, all of the varying animals with tusks, whether it be a warthog or a hippo. Anything like that, it's kind of what it makes me think of. Crazy mouth. Sorry. Crazy mouth. But they can fall. Evidently, that documentary was saying roughly, they can fall a couple hundred trees individually a year, which is just insane. Yep, exactly. They slide right across one another and continually sharpen it. I bet that those teeth continually grow throughout their life. Skinny, I'm going to process the fur. I'll take all of the fur off of it in one piece. We'll keep the vast majority of the meat on it. Yep, Derpy, we are going to eat it. Crazy that they're orange, huh? Crazy. Yeah, their heads are massive. When you see their head with their skull without the fur, look at how their ears are pretty. Pretty little ears. Their front feet, all of their body, incredible. Look at those claws. And then, like I said, look at their back feet. Their back feet are just wild. They're huge, they're webbed. Oh, that's a good idea, Skinny. Making necklaces or some jewelry out of the claws and the teeth. Usually we keep the skulls whole, but that's a fantastic idea. Not these, Eric. That's a platypus. Somebody asked that last night. Man, it would be cool to have burger. Never had beaver burger. Oh, with cowboy coffee? Man, that sounds good, Kev. Just so you guys know, unfortunately, my phone's at 1% and my phone is dying. I don't think that I have another cord with me. So I'll throw on a live once I'm back home and processing the beaver later on. I'll keep the phone on until it dies. Well, absolutely, they do carve wood with those teeth. You know, they can fall enormous cottonwoods, fully grown cottonwoods. And they do fall trees that big. Eric, they taste almost like a beef roast. Basically, is one of the greatest ways to relate it to anything. Look at how big and beautiful they are. I'll show you guys until my phone dies. I don't think that I have a cord with me. I lost it while I was out chasing coyotes. But I'll throw a live on once I get home. Of course, bed lighting will be inside, and we'll take care of them. Skinny, these two came in traps. Look at, try to show you kinda. They caught them in these traps right here. You set these, and when they swim through them, trying to go in and out of their homes, basically, or where they move in the water and along the edges of the bank, or going into the bank, into their dens, we set up those traps, and they'll try to swim through it without really knowing it's there, of course, and it clamps down on them. You can kind of see the line right here in its fur, right there and right there. Right behind the head, it clamped down on them. Almost an instantaneous ending. Thanks, Eric. I'll be back on as soon as I get back home. It just seems I'm at 1% on my phone, so at any moment it'll go out. I didn't realize how low it was. Thanks, Eric. Man, if you'd like, just subscribe, like. I'll pop on here really soon. Man, Skinny, my buddies and I, family and I'd love to take you. It's incredible. If you follow, I'll be live again later on tonight taking care of these beaver. At least one of them. It's going out, it seems like. Not sure. But you guys got to see it. Yeah, exactly, Michael and Skinny. You just got to go out and, you know, get your licensing and try. Yes, studios, we're going to eat them. They're going to be fantastic food. The phone is so close to dying. Oh, there you go. It wasn't letting me use that light. Yes, we are going to eat them. Crazy to think that an oversized rodent would taste so good. But when you think about what they eat, I guess it becomes obvious. You know, they're only eating a certain little bit of plants. Yes, mayhem stew is one of the ways we love beaver. It tastes, studios, almost like beef. Like a beef roast. Oh, that's cool that you got to use a 30-30. 30-30 lever action has always been just a iconic and fun gun to use. Hope you guys are getting a good viewing of these guys. I'll be home in a little bit. Just like Peace in the Pursuit said in the chat, hunting, fishing, trapping, and being out in the outdoors is my favorite thing in this life. It's one of the most natural and normal things for a human. So I think that when you engage in these things, it just feels good. Julio. They're basically an enormous water rat. What's up, best dog? Yeah, that 30-30 can put down anything, that's for sure. Pretty much anything. Thank you guys so much. Hope you guys, if you enjoy it, like, subscribe, follow, smash that like button. Thanks, Cone. Thanks so much. Sucks that my phone is so low on the battery.